to go over the communication updates that were sent out. So I'm going to try to use this document for just keep this same one and kind of rewrite over it. That way we just have one place to kind of put updates. And then when we feel like things are resolved, we can take it off the list. But that way we just have this one document to kind of put updates on, so we can always check back and forth with that. So of course we'll start with home pages. The navigation bars, just like I said right here, please make sure to edit your navigation bar however you want. Schools, all different schools are doing different things. So if there's not a reason for you to have an athletics section, or if you would like to put your school employee directory underneath the employees tab or things like that, please feel free to do those things, because you know your community and your parents way better than I do. So just do what you think will benefit everyone who's viewing your website. Also, some of you have some things repeating. Let's see, I think minor high school, maybe one. They've got, for instance, like there's 2 calendars. So this one I think was added later, but just make sure that when you're creating new pages that you're not duplicating something that may be already created and you just didn't see it, or whatever the case may be, or if you want to recreate something and then go back and hide something. But this could get confusing just because this says school calendar and this says 2016-2017 calendar. So people or parents could get confused about which one to refer to, or is this specifically an athletics calendar, and so forth. But I hope you can create calendar categories. So you can have one master calendar and then different categories to come through your calendar. So we'll go more into detail with that later. The slideshow banners. Most everyone's website, the slideshow looks great as far as the cropping. There's still some of you who are not using the templates that we provided to make it easy to size and proportion the pictures that you're adding appropriately. So we're going to look at this more in detail too, and I can link back to the video I've done with the templates. Also, the recent events in the calendar sections, I've gone in and added a district-wide school year calendar. I'll let y'all know. We're also working on getting a district events calendar going. So that would include things like arts education events, exceptional education events like the Gone Fishing, and all of the prom, things like if there's any kind of art show, if there's a parent meeting at the district for certain things, and so on and so forth. Even things like the Galleria that puts on this Pictures with Santa. They also do an event specifically for special needs children. So knowing about things in our community that's going on that might benefit our students and parents, it would be a calendar feed that kind of would have all of that on there, and then I can share it throughout the schools, and we kind of have one place where we put everything so we can all be on the same page. So We showed principals yesterday in the principals meeting how to view the new calendar feeds, the new teaching and learning calendar feeds on Google. So Google is, I'll show you, this is what it's looking like right now on my end. It's pretty crazy. But I've got a lot of calendar feeds showing, and we've shared all of this with principals, and so that way, like federal programs has access to this particular calendar feed, so they can add their own information instead of one person doing it at the district level, which was how it was with the Outlook calendar. So I think this will dramatically improve our communication, especially with principals and assistant principals. So we're excited about this. I also share a calendar with you all, but I've got to go in and change some settings, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but wanted to give you an update on that. The news portion, most people are just to their website, but this is a great opportunity to get people interested in your website by continuously adding new things to your homepage. That way, every time they go there, you know, they see something new. So they see that you're updating your website and that you're taking time to communicate with everyone. So the district news lets me, from the district level, push down news to all the schools. So that has really come in handy. Miss Dana Jacobson, I know she's in this webinar, saw it on YouTube, but she's suggested, and Carrie Buchanan, who is the new Clay Chalkville High School key communicator with Dana, they've suggested to put the back to school video on all the school websites. So I'm going to go through and do that. The mission statement for the online registration, I know it was a lot of information to put out there, and we were all kind of just doing whatever we could to communicate whatever we could with online registration. So I totally understand that. However, just for best practices for maintaining your home page, the home page is meant to be meant to display as a summary of all the things that are going on within your website. So I know with the old websites we couldn't do anything with them, so we would just put whatever we could on the home page. But this website is a lot more user-friendly, and we're able to advertise things on the home page and then link to pages within our website that that explains whatever we're advertising a little differently. So we'll also look at that. Other features, we're going to look at some more advanced things that we can do with our homepage. Some of you already have been doing these things, but I'll do a webinar just specifically about these advanced things as well. Everybody can edit their template. You can't personally edit it, but you have the ability to request that School Messenger edits it. So if any of you want to change the background in your website, for instance, here, this picture that's kind of the background, the middle school where there is a the solid part right here, we can make this an image. So if you want this to be an image, we can absolutely do that. Also for the high schools, there's an image in the background here, and we can update that to whatever you wish. So if you will send that to me, all you have to do is put it in our Dropbox folder. And if you look at our Dropbox folder, I've got 3 different folders right now. One's for school logos, one's for the supply list, and one's for the background template changes that we're talking about right now. So currently nobody has requested that. Let's see if anyone's got supply lists. Not yet. Okay. So also if you have any trouble with your school colors still, let me know and we can get those adjusted as well. I went in and previously only a few of our schools had the word school written out right here, which is what populates to this main header right here. But some of them, like this, the school is the way it's dropping down. I think it should be on one line. So I'm going to get School Messenger to go in and adjust your main title header so that it doesn't have a widow. A widow is, maybe English teachers know widows, but widows are bad things. So we're gonna see if we can move this up here for the ones that were affected with that change. But I think it was important to include school. So that is also an update. Teacher pages. Okay, so from the district website, I'm working on a sample page. So I'm going to actually work from, let's go to use Warrior Elementary as an example. See if they've got, okay, great. So we'll look at some schools for some different examples, and I really want to explain I think the hang up with creating pages is understanding how they build upon each other. And how I was explaining it in the summer trainings was kind of like when you write a research paper and you create an outline. You start with Roman numeral 1, and then you have big A, and then the little a, and then 1, and it kind of trickles down. That's how I visualize the website when we're creating pages and building upon each other. So for instance, Roman numeral 1 would be home. And everything that is underneath home is big A, news, big B, school, big C, parents, and so forth. Then under A would be the little a, and then here is the big B, and so forth. So when I understand it that way, it helps me a little bit to create the pages how I want it. So if you wanted a page to say teacher pages, you could move all of these underneath teacher pages if you wanted to bring it out here. Some other examples, I love the way Carol Sherman at Hueytown High School has done her school tab. So when you hover over school, she has her academies with Career Tech. This is the library page, and then the library media specialist page. There's an athletics tab with all of the athletics. Then even the administrators have their own pages. Then she has the teacher directory by subject, which is looking great. Then the office staff even has pages also support staff. So you can do that for your school as well. Each of your staff can have their own page. Like I see it could be a benefit for someone in the office, like if someone calls your school and constantly asks for reoccurring things, you could tell your office staff person that you could create a page for them, and whenever they want to add new things to their website, they can refer whoever's calling, parents, community members, to their page where all of that information is linked. So just kind of thinking in that regard will help as well. So if we want to add a teacher page, we'll use Carol. Let's see, do they have, let's go to a school that hasn't moved their people out yet. Let's see. Okay, they have. Okay, great. Looks like more people have than I thought. Okay, maybe we found one. Let's see. Oh, and let me show you this while it's happening. Okay. So let me go back to YouTube and see if any of you are saying anything. Dana knows what a widow is. Okay, I wish y'all could see this screen and not this screen. But maybe we'll figure that out next time. I'll talk with Amanda Dykes and see if she knows how to fix that. Okay, so right here. Sometimes y'all accidentally delete your sidebars. And when you delete it on one page, it affects the entire website. So let me show you how to fix that. So you turn your design mode on and you'll see where it says add portlet to page. So you click that. And then you are going to be displaying content, and it is, I believe, content management. Okay, great. That's exactly. So you click content and then content management here. It's kind of confusing. Then you click site navigation and then hit update page. And it's going to put a site navigation module right here. Then you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to edit that site navigation module. So then you click the pencil, and this shows you how it's displaying. So you want to click child or sibling pages and hit submit, and then go to look and feel and change it to the inside nav 2015 and hit submit. Then we're just going to go back and click on school, and then it's populating correctly. So when we go back to school employee directory, what happened? It went away. Let's see. Child or sibling pages and look and feel. Let's see. Maybe it's current page and let's see what that looks like. Okay, school, that looks good. You can play with the settings. Feel free. Okay, now it's just showing the school employee directory. Okay. So right now, if we go to, if you haven't done this part, when School Messenger mass produced teacher pages, they, for some reason, put them under the school employee directory page, which, and I think a lot of you may think that somehow the school employee directory page is tied to teacher pages, but it's really totally separate things. They have nothing to do with each other. So they just put teacher pages underneath your school employee directory. So just FYI on that. But if you go up to page options and page status, you'll see all your teacher pages are hidden. So what I do first is zoom out and go down and hit show. Get all of this. This is the annoying part. And I zoomed out because if you can't see the whole screen, it refreshes every time you click on one. You have to scroll back down. So I just zoom out really far so it won't make me scroll. Okay. Now if I hit close, ooh, that's tiny. Then it's going to show me all of those hidden teacher pages so then I can move them. So let's see, Irwin Intermediate is, what grade levels? 3 through 5. So I'm going to basically do this for them. So if I wanted teachers to be on the main navigation bar, I have to add it under home because home is Roman numeral 1, and I want this to be something underneath. So everything is underneath home, all of this. So if I wanted to add it to the main navigation bar, I would have to add it here. If I wanted to add it underneath school, I'd have to first click on school and then add it here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add it under school. So I'm going to come up here to plus page, and I'm just going to do regular content space page right now. It's not anything too specific. So I'm going to name it teachers, teachers, create page. And I'm just going to hit publish because nothing's going to go on this page quite yet. So now when I hover over school, I see that teachers has been created. So if I want to reorder my pages, I have to click back on school because I want to reorder what's underneath these. So this toolbar right here responds to whatever page you're on. So if you're on school, it's going to give you page options for school. If you're on bus routes and you click this, it's going to obviously give you. So think about that as well. I think that'll help too. So I'm going to click back on school, go to page options, page order, and I'm going to move teachers up to right underneath meet the principal, and then just hit update page order, and then teachers is now here. So now I'm going to create 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. So those need to be underneath teachers. So that means I'm going to click teachers. And I'm going to create some more content space pages. So I'm going to call this 3rd grade, create, publish, yes. Now I'm going to click back on teachers This is a little breadcrumb as well. If you don't want to have to go back right here, you can come right here, go back to teachers, add another content space page that's called 4th grade. Publish, yes. Now click back on teachers. And 5th grade. Publish, yes. Okay, so now I've got my basis to move all these people underneath one of these categories. If I want to go back and add categories, just go back and hit teachers and add something underneath it. So I have no idea what grade these people teach, so whatever I do, I'll move it back. So you can either click back on School Employee Directory and pick the teacher page this way, or you can click on it this way. Either one is it's the same thing, just a different way to do it. So whatever suits you. I like to click on School Employee Directory. Do it this way. So I'm going to start. Let's go down. Let's start with, see, pick this person. So what you do is you click on the teacher page, just like I did. Jeff Palmer. We'll go back. So you click on the teacher page. Here's the teacher page with all the sub-pages underneath it. You go up to Advanced Options, Move Page. You click Browse, and let me explain this. This right here is a breadcrumb as well. You basically don't ever want to go past default page set. This default page set is everything that's underneath or on your navigation bar. So if I click default page set, I can see that there's academics, athletics, bus routes. I think that's default, employees, and so forth. So what's here is default page set, and that's where everything is housed under one of these. So I know that I want to move this teacher page to, I want to move it underneath school, and then I want to move it underneath teachers to 3rd grade. So in this browser right here, I've got to get there. So first I'm going to click school, because that's where teachers is located. And there it is. So everything that's here is here. So now I'm going to click teachers. And now I've got those subpages where I can come and select which one I want to move them to. So he probably is not a 3rd grader, but assuming he was, I now see that the destination is the 3rd grade, and I click move. So now when I go back underneath school, hover over teachers 3rd grade, there's Mr. Jeff Palmer. And his teacher page is now here. So that is how you set up or move the teacher pages that School Messenger mass produced for us. When there is a new teacher, it is the key communicator's responsibility to create the teacher page for that new teacher. So School Messenger did us a favor in the beginning. We have 4,500 teachers, and I begged them. I said, there's no way we're going to be able to ourselves create 4,500 teacher pages this summer, and so they did it for us. But going forward, when we have new teachers, we're responsible for creating those pages. So we're going to now pretend that you've got a new teacher in your school. So how do you set her up or him up? So let's pretend Irwin Middle just got a new 4th grade teacher. So the first thing that you've got to do is find out if they've been added to our Active Directory. In order to be added to our Active Directory, you have to be board approved. And once you're board approved, Michael in IT and Miss Marty Dean at the front desk get a list, and Miss Marty enters new employees into Chalkable, iNow, and Michael adds them into our Active Directory. So that's kind of the process of a new employee, new teacher. So once the person's been added to Active Directory, we can then give them permissions. They do not have to be in Active Directory for you to create their page. So if you want to go ahead and create their page even before they're in the Active Directory, that's totally fine. We're just going to make up a person right now. So we're going to pretend that Irwin Middle has a new 4th grade teacher. So if I want to add a new 4th grade teacher, I want to click on 4th grade because I want to add a teacher page underneath 4th grade. So I come up to plus page and I hit not content space page, but teacher page, because when you create a new teacher page, it's going to automatically create all those sub pages for you. So you don't have to go in and create all their sub pages and grant them rights to that. If you hit teacher page, it automatically does it for you. So this is similar to if you're creating any new page. So we're just going to do test, just like that. And if you want to do first name first, or last name comma first, or Mrs. or Mr. or Dr., however you want to do it is up to you. I just ask that you pick one and keep it consistent, so there's not some last name comma first and some first last and some Mrs. and some without. Just keep it consistent. So now we're going to hit create page. Oh, wait, let me actually go back and tell y'all this shortcut because this is important. All right, we're going to just go back to 4th grade and kind of start over. Plus page, teacher page, test 2. All right, just so it'll. So when you get here, when you create a new teacher page, for all the teacher pages that have already been created, those teachers or yourself are going to have to go in and custom edit the contact me form, because right now whoever is the page owner of that teacher page is the person that those submissions are being sent to. So an easy way to not have to go back and change settings or or explain to your teachers how to do this, when you're setting up the page initially, make them the page owner, because you have admin rights. You have access to every page. You don't need anyone to grant you permissions. So it doesn't matter if you're page owner. If you make the teacher the page owner, then you don't really have to go back and do anything else with the permissions at all. So if you click the person right here, you can search for their handle, or you can scroll down and select them from your list. So definitely have to be board approved before you can do this, obviously. So you may want to wait to create the teacher page so you can make them the page owner. You can always go back after you've created the page and make them page owner, but because when it was initially set up, it's not going to go back and revert that contact me form. So that's the pros and cons. Just want to give y'all all the details so you can make the best decision. So then, like if this was A. Brown's page, I would hit A. Brown, hit OK, and it takes me off. So now when I hit create page, and publish it, yes. When I go to the contact me form, I'm going to turn design mode on, click on edit, and see that A. Brown is where this form submission is going to go. Also, by making them the page owner, that's granting them rights. So you don't have to go back to their main page and come up here to page options and page permissions. They already have it because you made them the page owner from the beginning. So I think that'll save a lot of time. So let's go back and look at this contact me form real quick. Got to turn design mode on. Got to click edit. So some of this is self-explanatory. Let's go over what's not self-explanatory. On submission, this is going to save the data to the form. And I'm going to have a training on forms, and then that way I can better teach you all about forms. But it's basically saving it to the back end, and I've got to be able to tell you all how you can tell teachers how to reaccess that. So stay tuned on this, but that is the correct setting, so leave it like that. Auto email. If auto email and after submission are similar, but they're different. After submission, this little message, the form is going to disappear on the page, and then these words are going to appear on this actual contact me form. Okay, that's what this is. The auto email response is you can make it to be where the teacher sends an automated response to that parent who submitted the message. So it could say something like, thank you for contacting Mrs. Brown's class or English class, or however you want to say that. Please allow up to 48 hours for me to respond, so forth, whatever you want to share, maybe your office hours, maybe your planning period, whatever details you want to share in an email that will be automated, so the teacher doesn't have to go back and do that for every single response. Other ideas for automated responses would be like if it's Christmas time and if parents are emailing during Christmas, obviously the teacher is on vacation, so they're not really checking their teacher page. So maybe setting up that auto email response to be something like, you know, happy holidays, we will return to school at this time on this day, something like that. So that's where that could come in handy. Can let your teachers use it at their will. But this is automatically set, so you can leave this as well. The security measure, that's just extra security for people who aren't signed into the website who are submitting this, which is all parents because they don't sign in. So just in case, this is just an extra security measure, we can leave that as is. Okay, so right here, let's say that this didn't say the correct teacher right here. All we would need to do is click on this and search for the correct person to send it to. Over here, you just click add. It will replace them. Also, if teachers have other email address, like if they wanted to also do their @JCBOE email, they could do that here. Or if they wanted to add another teacher, maybe a teacher that helps them or the principal, for whatever reason, you could add other email addresses here. And then the set reply to email address. I've got to clarify exactly what this means. I think that it means that when you reply, your reply field is to the email, and you put email right here. But I'm going to confirm that with everybody. I'm going to confirm this section, and I'm going to confirm this section. So actually, before I go any further, let me just add that to my list for tomorrow's meeting. Their data is saved on forms, and the reply to email field. All right, so that's the contact me form. I'm going to leave that like it is because this is a fake teacher page anyway, so I'm going to delete it. I want to look at, now I want to go to the district page and show y'all what I've been working on as far as the sample teacher page. It's definitely not finished yet, but it's on its way. And I put it under, it's hidden right now. And I would love for y'all to suggest other things that we could do with this. So if you want to chat in the YouTube chat box, let me know about some other suggestions you think I could do with this page. All right, I've got it hidden right now. We'll show it. So if y'all want to go on, you can actually go to it. I'll put the, I'm going to show it. I'm going to share this link with y'all on YouTube real quick. So I don't think you can see the other one. I'm looking at y'all's questions. I'm sorry that this isn't connected. I don't understand why y'all aren't on this side. Let's see. Okay, I can definitely go over the teacher pages again. So you want to put together a video tutorial for teachers. Also, okay, if y'all click this link, it'll take you to the sample page. And I'll go back and redo that. Go over the teacher pages. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the sample page. I'm going to, can I turn this volume off? Yes. Can you still hear me if I turn the volume off? Can y'all still hear me? Just type yes, no. Okay, let's see. Carrie wants to. Yes. Can you hear me? Okay, then we're just going to undo that. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Now every time we say that, okay, think of Verizon. Okay, so Carrie, can you tell me a little more specifically what you are trying to do? I'll come back and look at that. Carrie is speaking in Spanish. Sí. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. I'm going to close. So when I have this up, I'm basically listening to myself speak. So I'm going to close this page out again, and then I'll come back. And yes, Carrie, you can. So let's go to your page. All right, let's see. If you want to create your teacher page on your main bar right here, kind of show you as I do it. Start at home. All right. So you would start at home and you would do plus page, content space page, and then teachers. You can come back and rename this if you wanted to say something else. But for the main navigation bar, it's definitely best to just do one word. So one word up here. So hit create page. Uh-oh, it already exists. So it looks like, cancel this out, you probably have it hidden. So if we look under home, we go up and look at the pages underneath that. There they are, teachers. Let's show it. And this will refresh. Okay. What's underneath there? Nothing. Perfect. So it looks like you already created it. So if you want anything to come up on your navigation bar, you just first have to click home and then create the page from the home screen. So whatever you create after clicking home is going to populate here. Then to reorder the navigation bar, you're on the home page. So you go to page options, page order, and then you can move teachers like maybe by school and academics. Makes sense. You can always move it if you don't like it right there. So now the teachers page is here. So you've got them in your school employee directory. First, you need to come back under teachers, and you need to come back up here to plus page and do content space page. Maybe you could do probably want to do by subject. So you may want to call it just math. We're going to do mathematics. You can come back and change this. So we're just going to create page, publish, yes. Now if I hover over teachers, I've got mathematics. Then, so I would click back on teachers, and then I would create all my other categories that needs to come underneath teachers. So you'd probably have one for science. Create page. Publish. Yes. So now I've got mathematics and science. Click back on teachers. Because when I was on science, if I had gone back up and created a content space page from this page, it would have created a subpage underneath science and not underneath teachers. So that's why we have to make sure that whatever we're doing up here is connected to what we're seeing down here, and that it makes sense based on what you're trying to do. So teachers, it needs to go under teachers. So content space page, we'll do social studies, so forth. You can go back and alphabetize these if you want. So if I wanted to reorder these, I click on teachers because I'm reordering what's underneath teachers. And I'm coming back up here to page options, page order. And they're already in alphabetical order, but if they weren't, you can drag and drop. Update. Page order. So now, Carrie, you'll go back to all of these people. So I'm just going to use Ivy Bishop as an example. So I'm going to click on Ivy Bishop. And I'm going to go up to Advanced Options, Move Page, Browse. Then remember, this is my navigation bar. This is school, which is that. So if I click school, I'm not there yet because it's not underneath school. It's on the main navigation bar. So that means I've got to go back one more to default page set, which is also the navigation bar, and click on teachers. Then I pick whatever category they are. Let's pretend she teaches math. Then my destination is mathematics. Move. And now she is under mathematics. So now let's go back to and see what y'all are saying. So let's see. I want to be able to move from one heading to another. How do you get a directory you have already created to move over to the new tab? All right. I'm trying to understand what y'all are saying. Are you saying that you want to move all of these people at one time? Is that what you're saying? Clay's page. Let's see. Clay Chalkville. Okay, let's see. That looks great. And the school employee directory is just a directory, which is exactly right. Let's see, what specifically do you want me to look at on Clay Chalkville's site? I want to see something real quick. Doesn't make any sense. I want to move everything I've done to a different tab. Okay. Carrie, you have to move you can't do, let's see how to say this. You can't do a group of, you can't move a group of pages at one time together. You have to move a page at a time individually. But like if you wanted to move, let's say you wanted to move teacher directory out here. Let's see if we could do that. Okay, so I'm going to click on teacher directory with all these underneath it. And I can go to advanced options, move page. And I'm going to move teacher directory, browse. And I want to move it to the home page. So I'll go back one step and select the default page set right here. Now let's hit move. It's thinking. Okay, so you can do that. So now, is that what you wanted to do, what I just did? Let me go back to our YouTube page. Yay! Okay, so now let's rename it to be teachers. So we'll go to teachers, save. They're already a teachers. Yeah. Okay, so if you create a page and you don't permanently delete it, let me close this out so it's not echoing. If you create a page and then you try to create name a page the exact same thing, it's not going to let you. So if you go look at your archive subpages under whatever section you're under, it should either archive subpages or page status, because you may already have it. You do. Let's make sure there's nothing on that. Okay, great. So we're just going to delete this. So we're going to go back to page status, and we're going to click teachers. We're going to archive that. And then I'm going to go back to archive subpages and delete. So now when I click back on teachers, and I want to rename it, I can either rename it by turning design mode on and clicking in this box and changing it and then hitting save, or I can change the name by going to page options, page properties, and changing it up here. Now, make page. And now probably want to reorder this. I want school to come first. So we'll move this right after school. So now here's your teacher pages. Looks great. I agree, it definitely is easier to access on the main navigation bar. Okay. So now let's go back to this sample page. So the teacher pages, teachers are the only people allowed in our district to change their page theme, which the page themes are really cool. It seems like a lot of teachers are really, really loving that ability. So that's awesome, because I think it's because they feel like they got more customization. They can really make it their own instead of some boring looking page. It really, when you change the template on a teacher page, it really makes it look like you're kind of visiting another website. So I think it really gives an official, professional experience for the parent or the student or whoever is looking at these teacher pages. So I wanted to create a sample teacher page that would be available for all of the teachers in our district to kind of refer to and to look at to get inspiration. So this part right here, and let's rename this to just make up a name. Sally Rogers. So right here, when you change the teacher page theme, in order to do that, you would go to the teacher page and you would go to advanced options and then page theme, and then you can browse this way, all of them, or you can search by category or by color. And I think that they make new ones maybe yearly, so they won't get boring. Hopefully, they'll keep adding more and updating them. But there's a lot to choose from, so which is nice. So not like every page looks the same. For this one, I chose the technology one, but this is just a sample. But you can see how in each of the templates there's an ability to put headers, and when you first change your template, it's not going to populate anything in the header, like on this one, for instance, Mrs. Christopher Anderson, English and Literacy class. That wouldn't automatically be there. We've got to tell teachers how to add this. So let me show y'all how to do that. You go to page options and metadata. So from your home page of your teacher page, you go to page options, metadata. So right here, I could put Miss Sally Rogers, and then I could put Public relations and communications. Now when I hit submit, and when I was doing a teacher training at Adamsville this week, it was taking a little bit of time for the metadata to populate, so they may have to hit submit and like refresh and wait a minute for it to do right, because see, like I'm hitting submit and it's not changing. Let's see if now, so who knows why, but this can be customized in all of the templates. Okay, so page options, metadata is how you do that, this part. Then on their home page, I know that they are set up to look like this at first, and you know what we have on this to get the teacher page started is just generic and blank and plain. So these teacher pages can be, they have the same tools from design mode that I do and that you do. So they can look really good. So on the home page, instead of putting or having this, you could do a welcome message right here, and then maybe add your picture on, you know, you can absolutely add your picture on the home page. Maybe do a welcome message of some sort here. Then you can use those, the upcoming events module and the data summary module to feed in from your pages. So for instance, I went under this teacher page and I created a news portion. So now I've got my teacher page has a news feed, just like our schools have news feeds on their homepage and the district. So that can be replicated down to the teacher page. So we can use all of that to help the teachers. So then I went back to the home page and I used the data summary to pull a summary of the news. So that way when you click on the home page, it kind of gives you an overview of the class. So I'm going to continue adding to this, but would love to hear suggestions from all of you. Going to show them how to like embed Twitter feeds, like if they have a Twitter feed for their classroom, and embed Google Forms, connect to their Google Classroom, connect Google Calendar feeds, basically everything that we all know, but just kind of on a little more simplified level. So looking forward to that. So what do y'all think about some capabilities or some things that you think would be great to add to this simple teacher page? Yes, I will come to Clay Chalkville High School and do teacher training. So y'all just please be thinking about okay, yeah, documents. So y'all be thinking about what some other things that we could show them how to do. Obviously documents. And I'll say School Messenger is about to update their documents module to modernize it and make it easier. Also, they're working on the directory pages, because I don't know if y'all ever noticed this, but on the directory pages, when you click on administrative staff, it doesn't change anything down here. You have to click find, and then it populates how it should. So you have to click, and then it populates teachers. So they're also working on updating this. Documents will be updated first though, and then they're working on this. So just FYI that those two things are going to be improved. That is all of our time for today. I'm not going to keep y'all any longer, but if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. Next webinar, hopefully I'll figure out how to get y'all in on this part instead of on YouTube. Google Hangouts on Air just merged with YouTube. So it used to be separate, and now it's all through YouTube. So this was my first time using it, so I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'll get all of that resolved, so next time it'll be more fluid and can have talk to you without it echoing in the background. But please just let me know if you have any questions. And also, if you haven't joined the school Google Plus community, it's a great place to help each other. A lot of times, if I don't answer quick enough, another key communicator will chime in and be able to help you out. So this is a great little community to join, and I also add updates and things to it. So get on here and collaborate and give me all your ideas so we can implement them for our schools. So I look forward to the next one. And please just let me know if you want me to come to your school. Absolutely can come to your school and do any training that you need. Just email me and we'll set up a time. But I hope y'all have a good afternoon, and thank you for joining in on this webinar with me. I'm going to go back and see if there's any other forms. Yes. Yes, it does. It's terrible. Okay, well, have a great afternoon, and I really appreciate y'all being here again. This will be recorded so you can go back and watch it. So I will talk to you all soon, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening.